The narration dives into the feeling of being utterly captivated by something, so much so that you'll spend extra time and money on it. We see a visual representation of this obsession, with the word "buy" repeated endlessly, and then it's illustrated by a hand holding a piece of merchandise, specifically a phone grip, highlighting the tangible manifestation of this engrossment. We're diving into the origins of Darkness Exploration Records. It started as a niche internet universe, a collective space where anyone could create their own stories. Initially, it was just a small community, spreading amongst students. But then, something big happened. It hit the YouTube algorithm and exploded, going viral. The text continues to reveal the vastness of Darkness Exploration Records, mentioning countless ghost stories and explorations of paranormal phenomena. Then, a chilling message appears, directly addressing someone. "You there?" Suddenly, a hand recoils from a computer screen in shock. Moments later, a man in a suit observes someone, remarking, "You're working quite diligently." The implication is clear. Their work is being closely watched. The narrator reflects on how immersed they became in this universe, even reaching the point of posting their own ghost story. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a figure in a hoodie, looking contemplative. The word "here" appears, suggesting a destination or a significant realization. The man in the suit's earlier observation about diligent work now feels more ominous. The vibrant, bustling atmosphere of a convention floor is in full swing, with people engrossed in various activities. Suddenly, a striking display appears, proclaiming, "Welcome to Darkness Explorers." As one attendee, Aiko excitedly greets a friend. A mysterious figure in a hoodie observes them. He then asks, what the hell are you doing?" leaving Aiko startled and curious about his intentions. As the convention buzzes, we see a hand placing an item into a shopping basket. Meanwhile, the mysterious figure in the hoodie, glancing at his phone, mutters, "It's for me." He then reflects, "How did I end up getting hooked like this?" Finally, a striking arcade cabinet for Prophecy of the Apocalypse, Darkness Exploration Records, is revealed, ready to play. Suddenly, a dazzling light erupts, illuminating a first-place prize. The mysterious figure in the hoodie, engrossed in his phone, mutters, "It's for me." He then ponders how he became so invested. The scene shifts to him, holding up an employee ID for Daydream Incorporated, Field Exploration Team, belonging to Kim Solium. This reveal suggests a deeper connection to the Darkness Exploration Records world. The mysterious figure, Kim Solium, is questioned about his new acquisition. "Do you like it? You'll cherish it, right?" he's asked. Solium simply replies, "Yes." But as the scene distorts, a glitchy liar flashes, suggesting his affirmation might not be entirely truthful, hinting at a deeper, perhaps conflicted, involvement. Kim Solium, still reeling from his earlier purchase, is presented with a stark warning. Glitching text flashes, "You will now experience something new. I hope you like it." Then, a more direct message appears. "You need to know what it means for your bones to be crushed and broken." The chilling words paint a grim picture of what's to come. Suddenly, chilling messages bombard the screen. "Please, wake up," repeated endlessly, almost desperately. The words glitch and distort, overwhelming Kim Solium. Then, a stark, ominous warning flashes. "You will now experience something new. I hope you like it." This is followed by a terrifying decree. "You need to know what it means for your bones to be crushed and broken." The implications are clear. Solium is about to face something truly horrific. The screen flashes with a stark, pixelated beep, followed by a chilling, blood-splattered welcome and the ominous title "Darkness." Kim Solium is suddenly plunged into darkness, a cacophony of glitching messages bombarding him. He's told he'll now experience something new, a terrifying precursor to the graphic warning. "You need to know what it means for your bones to be crushed and broken." Kim Solium finds himself in an auditorium, a stark contrast to his previous experiences. He overhears a voice announcing, "Our new employees are talented individuals who have successfully passed a competition." He's clearly disoriented, muttering, "Where am I?" An auditorium. Meanwhile, another figure is seen with a thought bubble saying, "My jacket disappeared somewhere." It seems Solium is being drawn into a new, official capacity within this world. The scene shifts to an auditorium, where a host on the podium announces that new employees are talented individuals who have passed a competition. Kim Solium, disoriented, wonders where he is, while another person muses about their jacket disappearing. The surroundings are clearly an official new employee orientation event for a major corporation with a polished, professional atmosphere. Solium seems to be officially integrated into this corporate world, but his previous experiences cast a shadow over this new beginning. We're now at a new employee orientation for Daydream Incorporated. A charismatic host addresses the room, announcing that the new employees are talented individuals who have passed a competition. Kim Solium, still disoriented, questions his surroundings, while another new hire, preoccupied with their missing jacket, adds to the confusion of this official integration. The scene transitions to a digital interface, a stark contrast to the previous convention chaos. We see a computer screen displaying a recommended folder, hinting at the digital world Kim Solium has been pulled into. The presence of a Daydream Incorporated new hire PPT_final file suggests his official onboarding is underway. Amidst the new employee orientation, a crucial question arises. What kind of company is Daydream Incorporated? The characters offer differing, yet outlandish, descriptions. One suggests they're known for a miraculous hair growth treatment so potent it could regrow a horse's mane. Another claims they're a beauty-focused pharmaceutical company developing treatments for skin disorders, with medicine so effective even a dragon can't stop it. The narrator interjects, "But that's not all," hinting at more surprising revelations about Daydream Incorporated's true nature. As the orientation continues, Daydream Incorporated makes a bold claim. "We provide every medicine you'll ever need." The company's outlandish claims about hair growth and dragon-proof skin treatments are revealed to be just the tip of the iceberg. What exactly is this company truly involved in? The orientation continues, but the overall atmosphere shifts. A bold declaration flashes across the screen. "You are the chosen, qualified candidates." Amidst this, we see confused new hires, including Kim Solium, questioning their surroundings. A chilling realization dawns as someone remarks, "Daydream Incorporated." It's a familiar name. This hints at a deeper, perhaps unsettling connection to Solium's past. The orientation continues as the host reveals, "We've invited only the most special among the new recruits." Then, with a flourish, he announces, "Congratulations. You have been assigned to the Field Exploration Team." Kim Solium, still trying to process everything, seems to be officially integrated into Daydream Incorporated's mysterious operations. What exactly does this team do? After the orientation, Kim Solium and other new hires are discussing their assignments. One of them asks, "The Field Exploration Team?" Another admits, "I've never heard of that team before." They're all confused, as they thought they were joining a pharmaceutical company. This uncertainty hangs in the air as they begin their new roles. Kim Solium desperately tries to escape, exclaiming, "I have to get out of here." But his attempt is cut short as a voice announces, "However, before we get to the official employment," he questions, "What is it?" revealing a brief probationary period where candidates will be evaluated on practical job aptitude. This intense training period is about to begin. The host, with a sinister grin, emphasizes that active participation is crucial for evaluation. Warning, all freeloaders will be caught. Suddenly, a sharp sound echoes as a hand makes a decisive gesture. The lights then flicker out, plunging everyone into darkness. Disoriented, the new hires whisper amongst themselves, questioning the blackout and a door that closed earlier. The blackout plunges the new hires, including Kim Solium, into confusion and fear. Whispers fill the darkness, with one person suggesting, "Shoo, maybe he's going to show us a new presentation." Suddenly, a strange noise is heard, prompting another to ask, "By the way, do you hear that noise?" Their probationary period has taken a disturbing and unexpected turn. As the blackout continues, a chilling sound echoes, and a voice announces, "However, before we get to the official employment," suddenly, the lights flicker back on, revealing the new hires in an unexpected situation. Kim Solium and the others find themselves strapped to chairs, disoriented and confused. Suddenly, a disembodied announcement declares, "This train will not stop, and for a comfortable trip to your final destination." The new hires, including Kim Solium, are utterly confused, questioning if they're in a VR simulation. Their disorientation intensifies when they realize the doors won't open, trapping them. One of them exclaims, "What kind of advanced technology is this?" as another wonders if it's an escape room experience, unaware of the true danger. The new hires, including Kim Solium, are still strapped to chairs. One of them exclaims, "And it's definitely not an escape room." Meanwhile, a stern man in a suit comments, "Who could have seen this coming?" The reality of their situation sinks in as a screen displays a Daydream Incorporated recruitment ad, promising miracles, while the new hires lament that after landing a job, you'd end up caught in some bats-hit insane situation like this. The screen flashes with stark text, "The Field Exploration Team," and the Death Survival Test. Suddenly, we see a close-up of a hand holding a device, with glitching text appearing, "This stop is Sorrow." The scene then dramatically reveals, Sorrow Station. It's clear the new hires' probationary period has taken a terrifying, irreversible turn. As the train continues its relentless journey, Kim Solium and the others are trapped, realizing this is no ordinary VR or escape room. A chilling announcement confirms their fear. This train will not stop for a comfortable trip to your final destination. With a stark reveal of Sorrow Station, it's clear their probationary period has taken a terrifying, irreversible turn into a death survival test. The train continues its journey, the unsettling announcement about a comfortable trip to your final destination echoing. Kim Solium and the others realize this is no simulation, especially after the stark reveal of Sorrow Station. This death survival test has truly begun, and the ominous phrase "ended up" flashes, hinting at a grim fate. Plunged into darkness, Kim Solium is bombarded with glitching messages. He's told he'll experience something new, a terrifying precursor to the graphic warning about his bones being crushed. Suddenly, he finds himself in an auditorium, disoriented. A voice announces that new employees are talented individuals who passed a competition, making Solium question where he is. Kim Solium stares at a glitching screen, the unsettling messages still echoing. Then, a new scene unfolds with a figure contemplating. Looks like the company's planning to use. Followed by a chilling revelation. This urban legend to weed out its new hires. The true, terrifying purpose of Daydream Incorporated's orientation is becoming horrifyingly clear. The train finally reaches its grim destination, Sorrow Station. As the platform doors slide open, a stark announcement warns that they will close in 30 seconds. And once they do, there's no turning back. The new hires, including Kim Solium, are left with a terrifying choice: disembark into the unknown or remain trapped on this deadly journey. The train finally arrives at its ominous destination, Sorrow Station. Kim Solium and the others are bewildered, noting it looks like a normal subway station, but the name is unsettling. As the doors open, a stark warning is issued. They'll close in 30 seconds, and there's no turning back. Despite the strange circumstances, one new hire observes, Everything looks perfectly normal. But then, a chilling message is delivered. I think you'd be better off staying on the train. As the train finally arrives at the unsettling Saro station, a man in a suit questions the presence of such a station in Korea. The new hires, including Kim Solium, are divided. Some argue that staying on the train might be safer, especially if the company is trying to weed out candidates using urban legends. Others point out the potential for being screwed over if they stay. The doors begin to close, forcing a rapid decision. The train doors are closing fast at Saro Station. Hey, the doors are closing. Just get off, for now, someone yells, as a new hire is violently shoved out, groaning in pain. Another employee desperately tries to get back in, but is met with a chilling act from those inside, who wave him away with sinister smiles. It's clear their probationary period has turned into a deadly survival test. The train doors slam shut, trapping those who hesitated. One man cries out, "Wasn't able to get off." "Oh, fuck." Another curses, "God damn it. Because of you." As the train speeds away, a contemplative figure acknowledges the panic, thinking, they're probably so panicked. They just want to run first and think later. But, meanwhile, digital displays flash with cryptic messages, adding to the growing dread. The train doors have slammed shut, leaving the indecisive behind at Saro Station. As the train speeds away, two men in suits discuss the fate of those left. One wonders if the people who stayed on the train will be okay, to which the other dismisses it as their choice. He then criticizes those who didn't get off when advised, stating they just watch others and then get their eyes gouged out. He then asks for agreement as a disturbing, liquid-like substance drips down. The train speeds away from Saro Station, leaving the indecisive behind. Suddenly, Kim Solium and the remaining new hires are violently jolted, screaming as something unseen descends from the ceiling. The unsettling announcement about a comfortable trip to their final destination takes on a terrifying new meaning as they realize they're trapped in a horrifying death survival test. As the train speeds away from Saro Station, Kim Solium and the other new hires are violently thrown about. Something descends from the ceiling, causing screams of terror as they realize this is a true death survival test. The unsettling announcement about a comfortable trip to your final destination now takes on a chilling, literal meaning. The train continues its terrifying journey, with a stark warning flashing. That's the fate that awaits those who choose the wrong answer. Kim Solium and the others are left to grapple with the horrifying reality of their situation. The abstract, chaotic imagery suggests their minds are reeling from the realization that this is no game, but a deadly test. And thus, the true probationary period begins for the new hires. A chaotic, abstract visual signifies a descent into something terrifying, with a chilling message stating, the metro is now leaving. Kim Solium and the others are trapped. Their journey into Daydream Incorporated's true nature has irrevocably begun, leading them deeper into the unknown. The train departs Saro Station, but the journey is far from comfortable. A chilling voice announces, "Darkness is basically a ghost story," revealing that employees of Daydream Incorporated are tasked with finishing missions within these very ghost stories. As the train accelerates, a stark warning flashes. That's the fate that awaits those who choose the wrong answer. Kim Solium and the others are trapped, their minds reeling from the realization that this is a deadly test. The terrifying implications of the death survival test become clearer as the text declares, life and death. Amidst the chaos, a new hire cries out in panic, "AK, what am I supposed to do now?" Another, witnessing a grim scene, asks, "Is that person really dead?" Meanwhile, Kim Solium, ever the observer, notes, "To be honest, I'm in a better position than the other new employees." He then reveals why. "I've read the entire Ghost Story wiki." As Kim Solium and the others grapple with the grim reality of their situation, a chilling thought is revealed. Oh, Then you're all set, aren't you? This is followed by an image of a book titled Isekai'd Ghost Hunter, depicting a protagonist who unexpectedly got a job at an Isekai'd megacorp. The narrator clarifies, "I wish it were like that," revealing that the situation is far from a typical wish fulfillment Isekai. A man then ominously states, "There is one issue, one major issue. The train is speeding away from Sorrow Station, and Kim Solium is overwhelmed, muttering, I'm shit with this horror stuff." Images flash of the other new hires in distress, questioning their roles and the surreal situation. One is shown crying uncontrollably, while another asks, "Me?" Ghost Story. Field Team. The narrator confirms Kim Solium's advantage. He's read the entire Ghost Story wiki, but warns there's still a major issue. Suddenly, everything goes black. Kim Solium's engagement with the Darkness Exploration records is highlighted as he gives a thumbs up to his own post. He admits, text is fine. I can read it easily, However, when it comes to imagery, he confesses, but the moment any imagery is involved, I just can't handle it, This internal conflict is further emphasized as he reveals he read the entire Ghost Story wiki in text-only mode to avoid scary visuals. Kim Solium is struggling with the visual aspects of ghost stories, even though he's read the entire wiki. A ghost character suggests Solium's imagery would help shape the story, but Solium insists he can only tolerate text. Despite the ghost's plea that they created him, Solium sticks to his guns, stating, "Sorry, rules are rules." Later, Solium receives texts urging him to try talking again, but he can only offer apologies. The train, now leaving Sorrow Station, is revealed to be carrying the Expendables. As the camera zooms in, a stark number appears, 8. The remaining new hires, including Kim Solium, are shown strapped to their chairs, their faces etched with fear and confusion. The ominous phrase, "total survivors in this train," hangs heavy in the air, hinting at the grim reality of their deadly probationary period. The train, now bearing the title, "Even if you fall into hell, you have to go to work," hurtles onward. Suddenly, a chilling announcement declares, "This stop is Resentment. Resentment Station." The doors on the right are indicated, but the grim reality of their comfortable trip to their final destination sinks in. This is clearly another terrifying stop on their deadly probationary journey. The train arrives at Resentment Station, and Kim Solium, slumped in his seat, mutters, "It just had to be resentment." The harsh reality of their situation hits him, as he later pleads, "Just kill me." The train lurches, and a close-up of Solium's face shows his growing unease with a simple. The new hires are clearly in over their heads, facing the brutal consequences of their choices. Kim Solium's mind is reeling as a sign appears. The first, Darkness Exploration record real merch box. He questions if he's the only one seeing this, bewildered by the Darkness Exploration records. Real merch box. He decides to stay quiet and observe, hoping not to be noticed. Kim Solium is presented with a familiar object, a pop socket. He recognizes it as actual merchandise from Darkness Exploration records, and even more surprisingly, it's one he's purchased before. This sparks a moment of introspection, hinting at his past obsession and how it connects to his current predicament. The train continues its terrifying journey, with a stark warning flashing. That's the fate that awaits those who choose the wrong answer. Kim Solium and the others are left to grapple with the horrifying reality of their situation. The abstract, chaotic imagery suggests their minds are reeling from the realization that this is no game, but a deadly test. A countdown timer on the screen ticks down ominously, emphasizing the urgency of their predicament. The ticking clock is relentless, each second amplifying the dread. Kim Solium and the other new hires are trapped, their survival hanging precariously in the balance. Suddenly, a violent jolt signals the train's departure from Sorrow Station, throwing them into further chaos. A chilling voice announces, "Darkness is basically a ghost story, revealing their true mission to complete tasks within these spectral narratives." The scene shifts back a few hours. A blood-red handprint splatters across a dark background, followed by more prints, some appearing to be smeared or distorted. This unsettling imagery suggests a violent event has occurred or is about to occur, reinforcing the dangerous nature of their current situation. The visual cues hint at a struggle or a grim reality setting in. The scene shifts to a reflection of a woman, her face illuminated by a spectral glow, as text declares, "Explorers who've come to visit the darkness." Then, we're at a mall with bloody handprints on a wall. Two friends interact, one playfully asking, "Did I scare you?" while the other, annoyed, retorts, "You're so annoying." This is followed by the mysterious hooded figure observing a pop-up store, and finally, a glimpse into the digital expanse of the Darkness Exploration Records universe. At a bustling convention, a fan's shopping basket overflows with Darkness Exploration Records merchandise. Aiko, excited to fit it all, asks for a larger bag, and the attendant happily obliges. Meanwhile, Kim Solium, the mysterious figure in the hoodie, clutches his purchases, declaring, "They're all mine," revealing he even used PTO for this. He then holds up a Prophecy of the Apocalypse, Darkness Exploration Records roulette game, lamenting, "I couldn't experience it." The pop-up store is closing soon, and a cheerful staff member urges Kim Solium to try the lucky roulette. Solium, still fixated on his phone, agrees, and the staff member leads him to the Doomsday Prophecy, Darkness Exploration Records game. As the roulette spins, Solium is told to press the button to stop it whenever he wants, a seemingly simple instruction. Kim Solium, still at the pop-up store, plays the roulette game. He mutters about a participation reward being better than nothing, but then the roulette dramatically lands on first place. He seems bewildered, questioning if it was for seventh place. Meanwhile, a close-up shows a hand pressing a button on a device, and another panel reveals a person with a thoughtful expression, asking, "IT?" The roulette spins, and to Kim Solium's utter shock, it lands on first place. As the staff exclaims, "Congratulations! First place! You got first place!" Solium is presented with the real merch box reward. However, his disbelief is palpable, questioning if it's truly for him, especially after his earlier lament about not being able to experience the game. Kim Solium receives the first place prize from the roulette, a real merch box. He's still processing it, asking, "For real?" The staff member explains they'll make the merchandise on-site, prompting Solium to give his name. He mutters, "On-site merch," as the machine begins to produce something. Kim Solium's ID card is revealed, confirming him as staff for Daydream Incorporated's field exploration team. He's holding the prize from the roulette, a real merch box, and a new project is announced, making my own Darkness Exploration Records character. This hints at a deeper, more personal involvement with the universe he's become so engrossed in. As Kim Solium reviews his Daydream Incorporated ID, a new hire excitedly exclaims about them being one of the 3 famous factions from Darkness Exploration Records. Solium, however, dismisses it as a typical corporation cliché. The screen then shows his ID, confirming him as part of the field exploration team, a stark contrast to the earlier new hire designation. Back at the Daydream Incorporated office, a colleague excitedly asks Kim Solium about his performance in the Darkness Exploration Records competition, wondering if he'll keep his prize forever. Solium, however, seems preoccupied and simply replies, "Yes." Meanwhile, a shadowy figure observes a group, remarking, "I guess that's why there were many named characters in this team." It's clear that Solium's involvement in the Darkness Exploration Records universe has deeper implications than he initially realized. Kim Solium, still reeling from his earlier win, overhears a chilling statement. "I'll hide it somewhere I won't be able to see it." The scene then plunges into a dark, watery abyss, hinting at the hidden depths of this world. Suddenly, a glitchy portal appears, and a hooded figure, Solium himself, emerges with a determined, almost grim expression. The stakes are clearly rising, and he's preparing for what's next. Plunged into darkness, Kim Solium finds himself in a lecture room, disoriented. Glitching fragments of text swirl around him, hinting at a fractured reality. He clutches a small, glowing object, a stark contrast to the chaos. This sudden shift suggests a new phase of his ordeal, moving beyond the train and into an unknown, possibly mental, landscape. Kim Solium examines a memorial pop socket, realizing it's a C-rank item from the Darkness Exploration records that visualizes text. He then attaches it to his phone, and a blinding light erupts as the Darkness Exploration records interface appears, proclaiming, "Welcome to Abyss Metro." A digital display reveals his Daydream Incorporated ID, Curb, D16, rank Dusk, D, confirming his entry into a notoriously difficult ghost story exploration. Kim Solium is engrossed in his phone, reviewing material about the Darkness Exploration Records universe. He recalls it's a vast collection of stories written by many people, and he's finding it difficult to recall individual narratives. He realizes he needs to figure out how to survive within this complex world, making the right choices for different situations. But then, a new element appears, suggesting a crucial shift in his understanding. Kim Solium's phone screen flashes with the Darkness Exploration Records interface, welcoming him to Abyss Metro. His Daydream Incorporated ID confirms his rank Dusk, D, entry into a notoriously difficult ghost story exploration. He's determined to survive, searching for successful past escapes amidst a chaotic display of data. Then, with a quiet and a profound realization, he declares, "I understand it now." The train arrives at a new, ominous stop, Resentment Station. Kim Solium, already weary, mutters, "It just had to be resentment." He knows exactly where to get off, having studied past escape incidents. But as he prepares to disembark, a troubling thought crosses his mind. The problem is, the train has reached Resentment Station, and Kim Solium is clearly uneasy, muttering, "It just had to be resentment." Another new higher questions, Resentment Station? As in resentment, the feeling? Meanwhile, someone in a suit ponders aloud, "How do I convince these people to get off at the correct station?" as the train doors loom, ready to open. As Kim Solium grapples with his assignment to the field exploration team, the narrative shifts to a humorous chibi depiction of him, adored by an unseen entity. This is followed by two other chibi figures cheering, "Hooray, field exploration team." However, the lightheartedness shatters with a stark image and the forceful declaration, "Of course not." Kim Solium then admits, "As a human, I guess it does feel like I have to save them," revealing his internal conflict. The train journey continues, and Kim Solium, still trapped, desperately cries out, "I can't get off by myself." His plea is ignored as the train pulls into a bizarre new station, ominously labeled "a station full of eyeballs." The unsettling imagery suggests a place of intense scrutiny and perhaps judgment. Meanwhile, a faint exit sign flickers in the darkness, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the growing dread. The train arrives at a new, disorienting stop, an upside-down station. Kim Solium feels an overwhelming sense of dread, muttering about a 90% chance he'll pass out. The surroundings are filled with unsettling imagery of eyes, and a stark, warning tape is visible. He's clearly anxious about what awaits him, especially after his previous experiences. Kim Solium stands confidently, determined to convince everyone to disembark with him. Meanwhile, on his phone, he's researching the Memorial Pop Socket, a C-rank item from Darkness Exploration records that visualizes text. He's clearly preparing for the next phase of this terrifying ordeal, seeking any advantage he can find. As the train continues its perilous journey, a thought crystallizes, barging in and going on about strange phenomena. Would be stupid. A suited figure advises, slowly, build trust first. He muses about herd mentality, noting that convincing one or two people makes it easier to influence more. He then ponders who might need help, or who he can use to build a connection. Back on the train, Kim Solium is clearly exasperated, muttering, come on, as he wonders, what's this, some YouTube ghost story or something? Meanwhile, a new hire named Aiko seems to have found something on her phone, excitedly exclaiming, found one. Her expression shifts to one of confusion and alarm as she looks at her screen, clearly taken aback by what she's discovered. As the train continues its unnerving journey, Kim Solium is questioned about his earlier mention of a ghost story. He clarifies he watches them on YouTube and that the current situation feels eerily similar. A fellow passenger, sensing the strangeness, suggests they share information, noting that the auditorium turning into a subway feels like a literal ghost story. The unsettling events are clearly starting to hit home. As the train continues its terrifying journey, Kim Solium witnesses a disturbing vision of someone dying, exclaiming, dying like that. He then apologizes for saying it aloud, admitting, sorry, saying it out loud makes it. Another new hire agrees, no, it's the same for me. When absurd things start happening, I can't keep myself together either. This shared unease underscores the growing horror of their situation. Kim Solium, looking quite unwell, admits, I want to throw up too. Another new hire, trying to be rational, is told, come on, you're probably the most rational one here. But he quickly retorts, that's only because you haven't seen me faint while trying to stay composed. Suddenly, another employee asks, excuse me, as a man in a suit questions, but you were sitting next to me, right? The scene flashes back to the auditorium, where a man in a suit asks Kim Solium, where did you get that? Referring to something Solium possesses. Solium's thought bubble simply asks, next to him, hinting at a connection or observation made during the orientation. The conversation is brief, but the question about the origin of that suggests it's something noteworthy, perhaps even illicit, given the context of their current predicament. The train journey continues as a new figure, Baek Sahyun, is introduced, holding out his hand with a polite smile. He introduces himself, but Kim Solium's reaction is one of wary recognition, questioning Baek Sahyun, as he clutches his chest, clearly unnerved by this unexpected encounter. The tension mounts as Sahyun's presence feels less like a coincidence and more like a deliberate move. Suddenly, a chilling proclamation rings out. He's the named employee. Kim Solium's phone screen then reveals a profile for Baek Sahyun, an employee of Daydream Incorporated who appeared in Darkness Exploration records and eventually became a section chief. This confirms Sahyun's significant role within the company and the lore. The screen then abruptly goes black, hinting at a sudden shift or interruption. On the train, Kim Solium recognizes Baek Sahyun, who introduces himself as Go Yeon-jeon. A chilling thought emerges. An employee whose real name isn't known is either highly competent and left early, or their fate was much grimmer. This contemplation is amplified by a grim visual of a skeleton, hinting at the dark possibilities of working for Daydream Inc. Kim Solium is still reeling from the revelation of Baek Sahyun's presence. He's informed that some well-known Daydream Incorporated employees were only known by nicknames or code names due to their distinctive traits. Solium, clutching his chest, confirms his identity. I'm Kim Solium, as he grapples with the unsettling implications of these hidden identities. The train continues its terrifying journey, with a stark warning flashing. That's the fate that awaits those who choose the wrong answer. Kim Solium and the others are left to grapple with the horrifying reality of their situation. The abstract, chaotic imagery suggests their minds are reeling from the realization that this is no game, but but a deadly test. A countdown timer on the screen ticks down ominously, emphasizing the urgency of their predicament. On the train, the new hires are starting to split into smaller groups, with some attempting to reach the front carriage. Kim Solium, observing this, dismisses their efforts, noting that their attempts will likely fail. He explains that this particular ghost story prohibits movement between carriages, making their efforts futile. The ominous sound effects and a black screen with ellipses suggest a looming danger or a moment of realization. The train has arrived at a new, unsettling stop, Rapture Station. Kim Solium and the others are clearly apprehensive. One of them wonders if Rapture sounds better than their previous destinations, only to be met with a firm no. A stark message appears, reminding them that they can't simply choose a station's name, and that the theme changes each time this phenomenon occurs. The train's journey continues, revealing that simply matching words to stations is impossible for escape. However, Kim Solium realizes they can search for patterns. The display highlights colorful stations like red, yellow, and blue, suggesting a new approach to navigating this deadly labyrinth. This leads to a crucial insight. The key to survival might lie in deciphering these visual cues rather than direct word association. The train pulls into Blue Station, a promising sign for Kim Solium and his companion. A chilling announcement confirms a two-person escape success at this very station, but the text also warns of stations labeled with body parts, like the cochlea station they pass. The dream of escape is quickly overshadowed by the grim reality of their true objectives. The train continues its terrifying journey, and it seems their attempt at Cochlea Station was a failure. Now, they're faced with stations labeled with years, like 2008, 2012, and 2016. But the most recent attempt, 2026 station, also ends in failure. It's becoming clear that simply matching words to stations won't work for escape. The train continues its chilling journey, presenting stations labeled with the names of notorious serial killers. Despite recalling numerous past examples, Kim Solium realizes there's no discernible pattern connecting station names to successful escapes. The grim reality sets in. Survival isn't about predicting the next stop, but about navigating an unpredictable and deadly system. The train arrives at Rapture Station, and Kim Solium wonders aloud, but why does this place look so clean, like a brand new station in a new town? He and his companions are hesitant, questioning if they should disembark. Meanwhile, a figure in a suit calls out, "Please wait." The unsettling nature of these stations continues to baffle them as they try to navigate this deadly test. Back on the train, a man in a suit questions if the current location is truly safe, to which another replies, "What? Sure that this place is safe." He then muses, "I assume most people would agree that this situation feels like a ghost story." Aiko, looking uneasy, asks, "Still, whether it's a ghost story or a horror film, have you ever seen things turn out well just through luck and a gut feeling when making a choice?" The train ride continues with a grim realization. Without any deduction or reasoning, they're being asked, "Are you going to risk your life so easily?" This question hangs heavy as they face another unknown station, the danger of their situation escalating with each passing moment. Kim Solium's frustration boils over as someone dismisses the need for reasoning, shouting, "Move out of the way, reasoning, or whatever." He's then asked if they're on some show expecting hints, to which he calmly replies, "Yes, there was a hint." This exchange highlights the growing tension and differing approaches to their dire situation. A man in a suit makes an announcement, while other new hires look bewildered. Their unease grows as a chilling message flashes. This train will not stop. For a comfortable trip to your final destination, please listen closely to the announcements. It's a stark reminder that their supposed orientation has taken a terrifying, irreversible turn, with the train's purpose becoming increasingly sinister. The train pulls into Rapture Station, and a man in a suit reminds everyone to focus on the announcements and disembark if Rapture is their final destination. The passengers are clearly confused and apprehensive, especially when one of them questions if the station is truly safe. Their goal in life, they're told, is to enjoy life's rapture, but the unsettling atmosphere suggests otherwise. On the train, a woman confronts Kim Solium, demanding if he'll take responsibility if they can't escape because of him. He calmly replies, "I will." As the doors begin to close, another new hire tries to escape with them, lamenting, "I wanted to try to escape together." But Solium, focused on his own plan, states, "This should be enough. Now, no one will get off, because I'm not letting them get off." As the train continues its harrowing journey, a frantic announcement is heard. The people in the front carriage are getting off. Despite this, others express their disbelief and fear, with one man exclaiming, "Will they be okay? I don't want to accept reality." A chilling premonition follows. "I can't believe I have to watch what's about to happen." Suddenly, a horrifying scene unfolds as figures are submerged in a viscous, golden liquid. Kim Solium is engulfed in a blinding golden light, crying out in agony as he's submerged in what appears to be molten gold. He desperately cries, "G-Gold? And save me." His body appears to be dissolving as the intense heat and energy consume him. The visual suggests he's undergoing a painful transformation or a horrific demise within this new, deadly environment. The train departs Rapture Station, leaving chaos behind. Kim Solium is engulfed in a blinding golden light, crying out as he's submerged in what appears to be molten gold, his body dissolving. Meanwhile, other passengers are jolted as the train violently moves. One woman confronts Kim Solium, demanding, "Why you said you'd take responsibility?" He's clearly in a dire situation, facing a horrifying transformation or demise. On the train, Kim Solium is questioned about his confidence in reaching a safe place. He admits his legs are shaking, but he provided the correct answer. Later, someone praises him, calling him amazing. The conversation shifts to finding people like Solium, with the hope things turn out as guaranteed. Then, Baek Sahyun asks Kim Solium if there's a station he'd like to get off at, to which Solium replies he doesn't know about this stuff. Kim Solium reflects on Baek Sahyun's presence, realizing that for him to be an employee, he must have passed this very recruitment test. Solium admits he still doesn't quite grasp the full implications, deciding to simply observe Sahyun for now. Suddenly, an announcement blares across the train, warning passengers that they are entering a curved section and should expect increased noise and shaking. The voice urges everyone to remain seated to prevent accidents. Prompted by the warning, someone on board suggests, "Let's all sit down," as the new hires comply. A sudden burst of light draws attention to the front carriage. Inside, a chaotic fight has erupted among the new hires, despite the earlier announcement urging everyone to remain seated. Passengers wonder, "Didn't we say something?" Kim Solium, visibly distressed, attempts to intervene, shouting, "Excuse me, didn't you hear? Please sit down." But the realization hits him. It's too late. The train's digital display confirms the impending danger, flashing, entering the curved section. The situation quickly escalates as the train prepares for a violent turn. The train violently careens through the curved section, as screams of "Aarghhh" fill the air. The chaotic motion throws passengers into disarray until the shaking finally subsides. An announcement declares, "IT is now safe to stand up. Thank you very much for your cooperation." The carriage floor is left splattered, a grim testament to the ordeal. One new hire is distraught, wishing it would end. Kim Solium, however, calmly realizes those announcements are really our lifeline. He acknowledges the terrible cost, but focuses on survival as a new Abyss Metro announcement begins. As the train stabilizes after the violent curve, the chaos continues. A man in a suit cries out, again, surrounded by distressed passengers on the blood-splattered floor. Suddenly, a new digital announcement flashes across the screen. There has been a lost item. It continues, stating that passengers who find it are requested to return it. A startling promise is then made. If you have the announced lost item, you can safely get out. The announcement specifies this crucial item is belonging to a Type A male. This new directive offers a glimmer of hope, but also a dangerous new objective for survival. The announcement details the owner of the lost item, a Type A male now identified as being in his 20s. The shocking revelation continues as the item itself is gruesomely specified. It's his left eyeball. This horrifying detail sinks in, a chilling silence falling over the new hires as the gravity of their situation intensifies. The scene then shifts into an unsettling, blood-red visual transition, hinting at the violent implications of this discovery, before concluding with the Flame Comics logo, marking a grim pause in the journey. The chilling announcement continues, detailing the grim instructions. Anyone who finds the lost left eye must disembark at the next station and hand it over to the staff. Kim Solium, observing the blood-splattered floor, immediately recognizes this as an escape case from the miscellaneous records, a guaranteed escape ticket. He recalls his past observations, realizing that lost item announcements often signal temporary stops, providing a chance for safe exit. The announcement reiterates that leaving the train with the item means safe disembarkation, confirming Solium's understanding of this unique path to survival. However, only one person is highlighted, deeply processing the chilling announcement. A man in a suit questions the specific details, repeating, "What did they just say? A male in his 20s?" And focusing on the left eye of a Type A male in his 20s. He then ponders the meaning of Type A, deducing it refers to blood type, and wonders if he should simply ignore this chance. Yet, he immediately considers the broader implications, realizing that if one person escapes, it could make the air here weird and cause internal conflict among the trapped new hires. Still on the train, a man in a suit suggests they try to find who fits the lost item's description, with another new hire agreeing it's best to be cautious. They start by asking passengers their age and blood type. One person reveals he's in his 30s and Type B, thus not the target. The man in the suit then turns to Kim Solium, asking him directly. Solium states, "I'm Type AB." However, he internally reveals his true blood type is A, deciding to conceal this crucial information. His choice to hide his identity adds a dangerous layer to his survival strategy. Amidst the search for the lost item, a man in a suit confidently declares, "I fit the criteria." Exactly to the point, raising his hand, seemingly revealing himself as the type of male in his 20s who lost an eye. His determined expression underscores his decision to claim the escape ticket. Moments later, the train's announcement system reveals their next terrifying destination. This stop is Anger Station. As an ominous red light bathes the carriage, Baek Sahyun is seen with a mysterious smile, hinting at his deeper knowledge or involvement. The tension builds as a stark message appears, teasing that the doors are about to open, ushering them into whatever horrors await at Anger Station. Picking up right after the last announcement, the man in the suit directly questions the new hire who claimed to be Type A, asking, "You said you were Type A, right?" The new hire confidently confirms with, "AH, yes." As the train continues its journey, the digital display starkly announces, "This stop is Anger Station." The ominous red light intensifies as another message appears. The doors are opening. With the doors about to open, Baek Sahyun observes the scene with a subtle, unsettling smile, muttering, "What a shame," as the new hire looks up in the crimson glow. As the train pulls into Anger Station, a horrifying quagic sound echoes through the carriage. The man in the suit who claimed to be Type A screams in agony as his eye is violently attacked, blood splattering across the scene. He's thrown backward with a loud "uquaquang," collapsing onto the floor. Other new hires recoil in shock, with one exclaiming, "KY they?" He suddenly attacked his eye. Another demands, "What's the meaning of this?" as Kim Solium observes the man lying bleeding. The doors to Anger Station are now fully open, revealing the grim reality of their situation. Despite his gruesome injury, the man in the suit, covered in blood, defiantly challenges the other new hires. He yells, "What are you all waiting around like idiots for if one eye is all it takes to escape?" His shocking words resonate with two fellow passengers, who recall the exact announcement. They said you can get OFF the train if you turn in a lost item. The chilling instructions are reiterated, confirming that finding the lost item and handing it over promises disembarkation. The man in the suit then continues, contemplating, leaving the others to grapple with the terrifying price of freedom. Amidst the chilling aftermath, an internal thought acknowledges the difficulty of expecting personal responsibility when people often rely on others. Baek Sahyun then flashes a truly sinister smile, his eyes glinting with a dangerous amusement. Two new hires react with visible shock, one exclaiming, that guy," as they seem to piece together the grim reality. Kim Solium, however, remains calm, a light bulb appearing over his head as he thinks, "As expected of the Viper." This reveals his astute recognition of Baek Sahyun's notorious nickname and cunning nature. Kim Solium's internal thoughts reveal he initially perceived Baek Sahyun as an uncorrupted new employee. However, he now recognizes the true, ruthless Baek Sahyun, as chillingly portrayed in the Darkness Exploration records. This sinister individual, whose left eye perfectly matched the lost item description, would deliberately injure others who also fit the criteria, ensuring only he could escape. This chilling realization solidifies as the train doors at Anger Station ominously begin to close, confirming the grim consequences of Sahyun's cunning actions. As the train continues its journey from Anger Station, Kim Solium reflects on Baek Sahyun's extreme actions, thinking, he didn't need to do all that. He then intensely searches the blood-splattered train floor, muttering to himself, "Let's see. I definitely saw it here earlier." The ominous text, "A lost item is," flashes as Solium's hand reaches down into the grates, clearly retrieving the gruesome escape ticket. His decisive action suggests he's found the lost eye, setting the stage for his next move to survive this deadly test. Kim Solium's hand delves into the train grates, pulling out a clear vial. It's a shocking discovery as we see the vial contains a right eye, labeled for a female, age 27, blood type, Rh+. This directly contradicts the earlier announcement about a male's left eye. Kim Solium realizes the lost item announcement is actually a terrifying treasure hunt, where passengers must find the specific item that perfectly matches the description from among the few items in the luggage compartment to escape. This revelation changes everything about their deadly test. A new revelation clarifies that past escapes involved people coincidentally surrendering items they already possessed. Kim Solium observes Baek Sahyun, acknowledging that while escaping alone isn't blameworthy, Sahyun's aggressive tactics definitely crossed the line. A sudden shift in perspective follows. Solium is then seen holding the mysterious vial he retrieved from the grates, his expression serious as he contemplates his gruesome discovery. This item is crucial for navigating the deadly game ahead, as Solium grapples with its terrifying implications. The story keeps unfolding as the plot thickens. Amidst the unsettling, glitch-filled train carriage, a figure walks away as if observed, surrounded by strange, syringe-like distortions. Then, a chilling close-up reveals a wide, panicked eye, glistening with fear, as an ominous message appears. Thank you for your cooperation. A brief moment of darkness follows, before the scene explodes into a violent, abstract image of shattering forms, hinting at a horrific consequence. The train's deadly journey clearly continues to take a brutal toll on its passengers. Amidst the lingering glitches and darkness, a stark, red message suddenly flashes across the screen. It dramatically announces, "The lost item has been successfully handed over to the station staff." This confirms a pivotal moment in the deadly game. Moments later, a mysterious silhouette, bathed in an ominous red light, appears against a brick wall. This suggests the individual who completed the gruesome task has now disembarked the train, stepping into an unknown and potentially even more dangerous new environment. The grim reality of their ordeal is starkly emphasized by a chilling statement. Even if you fall into a ghost story, you still have to go to work. After a moment of dark transition, we see the other new hires reacting to recent events. One nervously asks, "Did you hear that?" As a collective thought reveals, no one feels bad for Isekai'd. This suggests the other recruits are now fully aware of Isekai'd's ruthless nature and are processing the implications of his cunning actions, understanding the deadly game they're truly in. The tension among them is palpable as they face their next terrifying challenge. Amidst the chaos, a woman notices the injured man's eye, thinking his cornea is damaged, prompting another man to ask if she worked in medicine. She humbly admits to only studying it in college, not being a professional, despite her impressive background. Suddenly, the train's announcement system blares, declaring, "This stop is Hatred. Hatred Station." As the new recruits process this ominous new destination, Kim Solium observes them. He realizes they're now looking to him for guidance, deducing they might expect him to make the decision on which station to disembark. A fellow new hire, looking distressed, approaches Kim Solium, expressing concern that he must feel immense pressure with everyone depending on him. Solium quietly acknowledges her, as she elaborates on how their collective fear and anxiety are likely driving this reliance. She then apologizes for their actions. Internally, Kim Solium questions if this leadership role is truly what he wants. He then grapples with a deeper realization. Perhaps his own fear and anxiety are the real reasons he's been trying to lead the group. Continuing their tense conversation on the train, the distressed new hire shares her own thoughts with Kim Solium. She explains she's been pondering the final destination mentioned earlier. With a nervous smile, she deduces that a person's final destination is naturally death. Therefore, she proposes a chilling strategy. They should consider getting off the train if they hear a station name similar to that grim word. Solium listens, absorbing this new, unsettling perspective on their perilous journey. The conversation about their grim, final destination continues as the new hire admits she can't be sure if their proposed strategy would lead to escape or simply death. Kim Solium, however, validates her idea, calling it a convincing opinion, which seems to surprise her. Her nervous smile then fades, replaced by a thoughtful concern as she begins to reconsider her own logic, questioning something deeper about their perilous journey. Solium remains observant, waiting for her to articulate her new doubts, hinting at a crucial shift in their understanding. Kim Solium internally questions, "What is a destination?" as Isekai'd looks on with a subtle, knowing smile. Suddenly, the train announces its next stop, Serenity Station. A definition of destination appears, explaining it's a place one goes to achieve a purpose. The announcement then declares, the theme of this train is straightforward, promising that as long as passengers sit down and find the lost item, their safety is guaranteed. This reveals a chillingly clear path forward. Kim Solium reflects on the harsh reality of their journey, acknowledging that those who disembarked at the wrong stations paid a steep price. He ponders the true meaning of the train's destination, realizing it might be a point he hasn't yet comprehended. Suddenly, A crucial memory surfaces. At Blue Station, escape was possible for those who had nothing blue on them. This specific detail reveals a vital pattern for navigating the deadly stations and their unique, often counterintuitive, escape conditions. Kim Solium reflects on the past, recalling how at the station named after serial killers, most people escaped because none of them actually fit the description. He then makes a crucial deduction, realizing the current theme of the stations is emotions. Just as this realization hits, the train pulls into Serenity Station. Several new hires are seen collapsed on the floor, but Kim Solium, with newfound confidence, declares, "This is our stop." His decisive action suggests he knows the unique escape condition for this emotional challenge. As Kim Solium makes a firm decision, a speech bubble declares, "We'll be getting OFF here," signaling their crucial move at Serenity Station. Following this, we see Baek Sahyun with a subtle, almost knowing smirk, observing the situation. The scene then dramatically shifts to a split illustration of Sahyun, one half portraying him innocently happy amidst bright colors, the other dark and menacing with red eyes. This stark visual contrast, clearly labeling him Sahyun, artistically reveals his complex, dual nature and the hidden depths of his character, leaving us to anticipate his next actions. As Kim Solium prepares to disembark at Serenity Station, a deeper understanding of the emotions theme emerges. We're shown that everyone experiences emotions like joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure throughout life. Despite individual differences, these feelings are universally shared. The true challenge of these stations is revealed. It's not easy to find an emotion that none of us possess. This sinister twist implies the escape condition is incredibly difficult to meet, requiring them to find a state of feeling completely absent from the group. Baek Sahyun's cunning smile underscores the insidious nature of this test as Solium faces his critical choice. Kim Solium, with a somber expression, contemplates the idea of exceptions, perhaps regarding the universal experience of emotions. Suddenly, the train's announcement system blares, revealing their next destination. The next station is Taepyeong Station. The message repeats, emphasizing that the doors are on your right. A dictionary definition then appears, clarifying that Taepyeong means peaceful, describing a state of mind free from worry or anxiety. This new emotional challenge presents a profound test for Solium and the other trapped passengers. The ominous message confirms the inherent challenge of Taepyeong Station. No human can be completely free from worry and anxiety. This realization underscores the difficulty, if not impossibility, of finding true peace. Kim Solium appears visibly strained, a red tint around his eye hinting at his growing anxiety. Another new hire reaches out to him, while others in the carriage look exhausted. One expresses their gratitude, saying, Thank you, Solium." It's clear Solium's efforts are being recognized, but the burden of leadership weighs heavily as they grapple with this profound emotional test. Kim Solium reflects on the heavy burden of leadership, acknowledging, "Once I took the lead, everyone followed." His resolute expression confirms his full acceptance of this new, perilous role, as he realizes, there's no turning back now. The train then pulls into Taepyeong Station, a name that ironically means peaceful. However, the station itself is a horrifying sight, utterly drenched in blood and littered with debris, a chilling contrast to its serene title. This stark contradiction sets an incredibly ominous tone for whatever challenges await them next. Kim Solium and the other new hires stare in utter shock and horror at the blood-drenched Taepyeong Station. Solium internally recoils, questioning if this gruesome bloodbath could possibly be the right answer he deduced. He's overwhelmed, exclaiming, "Of all the places to choose, why this one?" The task of convincing anyone, let alone himself, to disembark feels impossible. With his hands clenched, Solium battles his own fear, muttering, "Honestly, I don't even want to get off myself." Despite his terror, he steels himself, finally speaking up with a hesitant, "Excuse me," ready to face this terrifying choice. Despite the horrifying sight of Taepyeong Station, one new hire takes a courageous step forward. She declares, "I think it's right for us to get OFF here." Her expression is resolute as she adds, "I'd rather listen to a good person's opinion." With conviction, she steps off the train, her foot landing firmly on the blood-splattered platform. The chilling TK of her shoes echoes as she walks away from the carriage, making a solitary decision in this deadly test. Her bold move shifts the dynamic, leaving us to wonder if others will follow her into the station's terrifying unknown. Stepping onto the blood-drenched platform of Taepyeong Station, the courageous new hire turns back to the train, passionately urging everyone. To the people still safe inside the train, this is the right answer. Everyone, get off here. Her voice rings out, repeatedly calling for them to follow. Amidst the chaos, another new hire looks intently at Kim Solium, addressing him directly. With a subtle smile, he then declares, "I trust you too, Solium," placing immense pressure on Solium to make a choice. The courageous new hire, already on the blood-drenched platform, continues to urge everyone, "Let's go. Don't hesitate because of me." Kim Solium, now resolute, looks at the hesitant passengers and confidently declares, "If we all get OFF here, we'll be safe." Convinced by his words, the remaining new hires begin to disembark. Their footsteps echo as they ascend the gore-stained stairs, moving away from the train. They pass a platform littered with what appears to be discarded currency, heading towards a promising "way out" sign, hoping for escape. After the ominous darkness, a sharp chang sound effect accompanies a blinding flash of light, illuminating the room once more. The charismatic host reappears, his ID badge clearly visible, beaming at the recruits. He enthusiastically declares, "Wow, congratulations, new employees." The new hires, still disoriented, look up at him, their expressions a mix of confusion and apprehension. This dramatic welcome signals the official, albeit bizarre, continuation of their daydream incorporated orientation, leaving them to wonder what this congratulatory message truly entails. Kim Solium's intense gaze pierces through the scene, hinting at deep focus or a brewing strategy. We then see a rapid visual tally of the new hires, with voices counting off 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5. As the camera pans across their faces, Aiko, with a wide, relieved smile, cheerfully calls out, 6, 7. This culminates in a wider shot confirming these are the surviving passengers in the CAR, with Kim Solium calmly observing the group, a grim testament to their dwindling numbers. The final count is revealed, confirming 8 individuals have survived the harrowing journey on the train. A new title card ominously declares, "Even if you fall into hell, you have to go to work," setting a grim tone for what's next. Suddenly, the charismatic host reappears, beaming with a microphone in hand. He enthusiastically announces, "There are 22 graduates from this probationary period," calling it a truly amazing record. This unexpected number raises questions about who these additional graduates are and what awaits them after this terrifying test. The charismatic host continues to commend the new recruits, proudly declaring them an elite batch for successfully completing the probationary period, suggesting there was no failure in adjusting the difficulty. He even muses aloud, wondering what the HR department will think of their impressive survival. A tense, percussive sound then builds anticipation, leading to a dramatic moment as a spotlight singles out Kim Solium. The host personally congratulates him, announcing, "Congratulations, Mr. Kim Solium." What does this special recognition mean for Solium, singled out from the rest? The charismatic host continues to address Kim Solium, complimenting his situational judgment and expressing regret he won't be joining their department. Solium internally questions if he was truly being watched and if this surreal experience is real. The host then hands Solium a gift from the company, clarifying it's for all graduates, not just the top one. Solium receives a small, rectangular item, clearly unhappy with the situation. The host urges him to take a good look inside before dramatically announcing that next is Mr. Beksahian. Now, the host introduces the next segment, as a man with a chilling smile is seen holding a black folder. Meanwhile, Kim Solium observes, realizing that some participants, like Beksahian, have been inside the ghost story for a long time, suggesting different time frames for each train. Solium then considers Beksahian directly, thinking he'll likely need to go to a hospital on his own once this is over. This indicates Solium's continued assessment of his fellow graduates and the lingering toll of their ordeal, hinting at the next phase of their post-probationary experience. Amidst the newly recognized graduates, one new hire covers their face in apparent distress, while another sits sternly, reflecting the harrowing experience. The charismatic host, beaming from the stage, asks if everyone has received their company gifts. He then dramatically announces, "With this, you all have been hired into the field exploration team of Daydream Incorporated." A celebratory banner unfurls, confirming their successful completion of the probationary period. The auditorium is filled with the new recruits, including Kim Solium, as the host gestures triumphantly, marking their official integration into the mysterious company's ranks. The host abruptly interrupts the celebration, declaring, Wait. He then reminds everyone that not all graduates put in equal effort, pointedly noting, "There's always someone who just gets carried by others." A new hire looks on nervously as the host, with a chilling, wide grin, emphasizes that fairness comes first. He then delivers a stark warning. All free riders will be caught. This ominous shift suggests that Daydream Incorporated's scrutiny of its new employees is far from over, even after their harrowing probationary period. After a moment of visual distortion, the scene focuses on Kim Solium, his face etched with distress. Eerie, glowing tendrils surround him as he reacts with a silent, profound shock, indicated by a large. Then, a stark announcement appears, addressing to the remaining 13 new employees. This sudden, ominous revelation suggests a significant culling has occurred since the earlier graduation announcement, perhaps a direct consequence of the host's warning about catching free riders and ensuring fairness comes first. The host beams, declaring, "Welcome," to the new employees, announcing they've all earned full-time positions with excellent grades. A new hire covers their face in distress, contrasting with the celebratory mood. The unsettling visuals of dripping clothes hint at the lingering horror. Suddenly, a new hire, visibly shaken, attempts to resign, stammering, "I resign." The host, surprised, asks why they'd want to leave such a good job, urging them to hear about the benefits first. It's clear not everyone is embracing their new roles at Daydreaming. Amidst the chaotic welcome, a distressed new hire directly asks the host if their resignation can be processed safely after hearing about the benefits. The host, with a disarmingly wide grin, assures them they can resign without penalties, but slyly adds they might reconsider after learning the perks. Kim Solium observes this exchange as a cryptic message appears. The stick has passed. This suggests a critical deadline or phase has concluded, leaving the fate of the new recruits and their chance to leave hanging in the balance. The host's enticing offer of benefit hangs in the air, with the declaration that something crucial has arrived. A sudden thwack sound effect accompanies this dramatic reveal. What appears next is a mysterious, glowing bottle, swirling with what looks like a captured galaxy, materializing amidst glitching visual static. This enigmatic item, a literal container of cosmic wonder, is undoubtedly the promised benefit, hinting at the extraordinary and perhaps unsettling perks of joining Daydream Incorporated. What power does this strange artifact hold? A mysterious wish ticket suddenly appears, accompanied by a sound of surprise, hinting at a new revelation. The charismatic host then steps forward, proudly reiterating Daydream Incorporated's status as a famous and highly successful pharmaceutical corporation, even capable of advanced hair loss treatments. Building anticipation with a dramatic gesture, the host announces they possess one flagship product above everything. A sharp thud sound then fills the air as glitching digital lines and glowing arrows appear, setting the stage for the unveiling of this extraordinary item and its connection to the wish ticket. The mysterious glowing bottle is revealed to be Daydream Incorporated's ultimate offering, a wish ticket, explicitly described as a medicine that can grant any wish. The charismatic host clarifies its name, then explains it might be hard to understand its power just from a slideshow. He prepares to demonstrate, placing a small glowing bottle on the table. With a knowing smile, he adds, "As luck would have it, today is the day I get my wish ticket," hinting at a personal use or claim. What extraordinary wish will he make? A gloved hand gently uncorks the mysterious bottle, and shimmering, cosmic liquid pours out with a soft pong sound. Two new hires watch, one questioning, "A wish ticket. Is this real?" The other dismisses it. "It has to be fake, right?" adding concern that they don't know what the host wants. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of light, accompanied by a shake sound, engulfs the scene. This dramatic display confirms the wish ticket's potency, leaving everyone to wonder what incredible or terrifying wish the host just made. After a dazzling flash, a collective phew dash echoes through the room. The charismatic host beams, exclaiming "See," as he proudly declares, "This is the power of the wish ticket." The new hires watch in stunned disbelief, their faces reflecting the shock, as the host reveals its astonishing true potential. A wish ticket can even rewind time. The scene then shifts, highlighting that Kim Solium's team, the field investigation team, consistently receives outstanding performance reviews. This revelation about the wish ticket's power and the team's success leaves the new recruits pondering Daydream Incorporated's true scope. The host continues to elaborate on the benefits, revealing that the field investigation team can earn wish tickets twice as fast as other employees. In fact, the top 10 fastest recipients of these powerful tickets all come from this very team. This means members of the field investigation team are uniquely positioned to acquire wish tickets. However, Kim Solium, ever the skeptic, dismisses these grand claims as just clever wording, hinting at a deeper, more cynical understanding of Daydream Incorporated's promises and the true cost of their benefits. The grim reality of the wish tickets sets in, with an abstract visual showing multiple figures marked as casualties, underscoring the deadly cost. A chilling message appears, stating there are likely more casualties than the people who get them. However, Kim Solium, observing intently, seems to have a shift in perspective, now thinking, "This is not a scam." This new understanding is then echoed by other new hires, who confirm they saw it with their own eyes. People really can get the wish tickets, solidifying the terrifying truth of Daydream Incorporated's promises. The atmosphere turns somber as a chilling message warns, "This silence, is the calm before a storm." A hand gestures, perhaps to emphasize a point or dismiss a thought. Then, a long-haired new hire, looking deeply concerned, asks a pivotal question about the wish ticket. Can a wish ticket bring someone back from the dead? The charismatic host, however, responds with a dismissive chibi smile, stating, we have a standard answer for questions like that." This prepared response leaves the true limits of the wish ticket shrouded in mystery. The charismatic host finally delivers his standard answer regarding the wish ticket, first stating, "That's impossible," but then immediately countering with, "That's probably what you expect me to say." He emphasizes his words by sharply clenching his gloved hand into a fist. The new hires watch intently, their expressions a mix of anticipation and disbelief, as the screen then boldly reaffirms, "A wish ticket can grant any wish the holder wants." This dramatic declaration hints that the wish ticket's capabilities might be far more profound and terrifying than initially implied. The host presents a stark choice to the new employees, declaring, "So, let's decide now, shall we?" Dramatic doors swing open, revealing a blinding light, symbolizing two paths. He clarifies, "Anyone who wants to turn down this offer can leave. However, for those continuing, a chilling instruction is given. Please put on the mask inside your shopping bag." Kim Solium, looking contemplative, acknowledges this, muttering, "A mask? OH." The weight of this decision and the mysterious mask clearly registers with him. Kim Solium reflects on the unexpected turn of events, thinking, "I never thought I'd actually get one of these." He reaches into his bag, pulling out the mysterious item, a sleek, black mask. As he examines it, a small business card with contact information falls out. Solium realizes this must be what the host urged them to examine earlier, thinking, "A business card? So this is why the host told us to look closely before." He decides to investigate the card later, acknowledging the weight of these new, unsettling gifts. And what further revelations await him? Kim Solium carefully examines the sleek, black mask he's been given. The scene then transitions with a glitching display, revealing Darkness Exploration Record/Daydream, Incorporated/Department details. We see another stylized mask, and then two more, one resembling an ant and the other a mantis. These aren't just accessories. Accompanying text explains that employees wearing an ant mask and a mantis mask are probably from the same recruitment year. It seems these masks signify more than just entry, potentially categorizing new hires within Daydream Incorporated. This new revelation adds another layer of mystery to their roles. The black mask Kim Solium received is explicitly revealed as the symbol of Daydream Incorporated Field Investigation Team. Despite this official designation, Solium's internal turmoil is clear as he thinks, "Honestly, I kind of want to give up and run." Another figure appears to be departing, waving farewell. The scene then dramatically reveals the true nature of their environment. This is a world where dark anomalies lurk in everyday life. Solium grapples with this terrifying reality, acknowledging, "A coward like me can barely survive in this world." His fear of the unknown deepens as his new job truly begins. The gravity of their new reality sinks in for Kim Solium, with the chilling thought, if quitting means becoming cannon fodder in a horror story, a mystical, glowing liquid dramatically swirls from a bottle, its cork flying free, hinting at the potent power of a wish ticket now unleashed. The air shimmers with cosmic light, a moment of profound realization. Kim Solium's determination solidifies as he declares, "Then I have to find a way to run from this world." The stakes are high, and escape is now his primary goal. As the new recruits consider their options, Kim Solium observes the host, who still grins menacingly. Despite the harrowing trials, not a single person chose to leave Daydream Incorporated, an outcome Solium processes grimly. It's then revealed that the masks they received aren't standard. When a new employee puts one on, it's custom. The mask transforms, taking on a unique shape for its wearer, as evidenced by an ethereal, antler-like form emerging from light. This transformation hints at the personalized and perhaps unsettling nature of their new roles. A blinding flash erupts as the custom masks materialize. We now see Kim Solium, sporting a sleek black mask adorned with striking, demonic antlers. A surprised new hire questions, "What kind of shape is this?" A deer, wondering if everyone's mask is unique. Confirming her suspicion, she nervously tries on her own, revealing a comical mountain goat mask, thinking, "A mountain goat?" Finally, a formal announcement celebrates their successful integration. "Congratulations again on joining our company," confirming their employment confirmed, and that the arduous probationary period is now officially over. The new recruits, now sporting their unique custom masks, appear suspended in a shimmering void. Kim Solium's demonic antlers and another's mountain goat mask are visible as they seemingly drift, disoriented. Suddenly, a digital notification flashes across a screen, announcing a significant update. Darkness Exploration Record. Real Goods Box. New merchandise unlocked. A masked figure, reacting with a surprised exclamation, questions, "New merchandise unlocked." This unexpected development hints at new layers unfolding within the treacherous Darkness Exploration Records universe, leaving them to wonder what this merchandise entails. The Darkness Exploration Record interface prominently displays a new alert, announcing "New merchandise unlocked." Kim Solium, now in his Daydream Incorporated suit and antlered mask, observes the glowing exclamation mark. He finds the notification too distracting for his current setting. Internally, he decides, "IT stands out too much. I'll check it later. Maybe when I get home later." Solium's reaction clearly indicates his immediate focus is elsewhere, despite the persistent digital world trying to pull him back in. This new merchandise will have to wait. Kim Solium's thoughts turn inward as he questions the very notion of home in his new, bewildering existence. Suddenly, the charismatic host appears, pointing towards a blurred sign hinting at employee welfare. Solium's internal monologue shifts, prompting a quiet, "Wait." This brief interruption leads to a deeper, more profound question. Do I even have a home here? A small, antlered figure of Solium floats contemplatively against a starry, cosmic void, reflecting his profound sense of displacement. The vastness around him emphasizes the uncertainty of his place in this world. After the harrowing trials, a new title card reminds us of the grim reality. Even if you fall into a ghost story, you still have to go to work. The next morning, a cheerful new colleague greets Kim Solium with a sparkling, "Good morning, Mr. Solium." Solium offers a curt, "Morning," as he presses an elevator button. As they wait, his colleague asks, "So you got housing support too, Mr. Solium?" He quietly confirms, "Yes." It seems Daydream Incorporated's benefits are already taking effect, but what kind of home will this support provide? Kim Solium's efforts to navigate his new reality hit a snag as his phone displays an invalid address on a map. He realizes the critical information he's relying on is severely outdated, muttering that the latest records are from my college years. Still in his distinctive antlered mask and Daydream Incorporated uniform, Solium continues to scroll through his device. He's clearly grappling with the challenge of old data in a terrifying new world, where outdated intel could prove disastrous for his survival. Kim Solium, facing his family's dire circumstances, laments, "Even my family's condition is gone." This forces him to accept Daydream Incorporated's housing benefits, despite the financial gain he's giving up. His colleague then reveals, "Did you know? Looks like 7 out of 13 colleagues got housing support." Solium is shocked by this majority, as his colleague admits that even if it's a little creepy, free housing is hard to refuse. Solium agrees, recognizing that money is the scariest thing in this world. Thankfully, the company housing is actually pretty decent as he waits for an elevator. Kim Solium arrives at his new company housing, a clean, newly renovated building that he cynically observes is conveniently located to work us to death whenever they want. However, Solium's immediate concern becomes clear. His company housing roommate is none other than Baek Sahyun. Meanwhile, a new hire, in a chibi depiction, is seen pondering the wish ticket's capabilities, asking if it can bring the dead back to life. The host enthusiastically confirms a wish ticket can do anything, leading to further speculation about whether it can even increase the number of wishes. After the intense revelations about Daydream incorporated in the wish tickets, the narrative takes a brief pause. We're now presented with a series of interlude pages, starting with a message inviting readers to access chapters exclusively on yin-thunerscns.com. This is followed by a warning graphic, drawing attention before the Thunderscans team expresses their dedication to publishing amazing series with the best quality. Finally, a clear call to action encourages readers to read at yin-thunerscns.com to support US. It seems the story is taking a short break before continuing its thrilling journey. An awkward silence hangs heavy in the company housing as Kim Solium sits, engrossed in his phone, while Baek Sahyun stands nearby. Amidst the quiet, a new name surfaces in Solium's thoughts, Eun-Hage. Solium then makes a chilling observation, his own left eye now glowing with an eerie yellow light. He grimly states, "Looks like the company already took care of your eyes." This unsettling revelation suggests a deeper, more sinister control by Daydream Incorporated over its employees, hinting at profound transformations or alterations. The mystery of Eun-Hage and the company's influence on their vision continues to unfold. Still in their company housing, Baek Sahyun casually announces, "I'll head to my room first." But before he can leave, Kim Solium calls out, a sharp "Hey" cutting through the quiet. Sahyun pauses, glancing towards a bright, nondescript area, then turns back, his expression quizzical as he responds, "Hey." Solium looks at him, a subtle sound of surprise escaping him as their eyes meet. This unexpected interruption sets the stage for a direct conversation between the two roommates. Back in their company housing, Kim Solium is utterly disgusted by Baek Sahyun, thinking, this guy's completely insane. He questions if Sahyun truly found it entertaining to watch someone else's eyes get gouged out. As Solium kneels, Sahyun casually steps on his hand, eliciting a pained "oh." Sahyun then looks down with a chilling, satisfied smile, confirming, "Yeah, it was." This exchange solidifies Baek Sahyun's ruthless and sadistic nature, making Solium's living situation even more precarious. What will Solium do, trapped with such a dangerous individual? Still processing Baek Sahyun's chilling confession, Kim Solium reacts with a stunned, "What?" as Sahyun continues his disturbing monologue. With a sinister grin, Sahyun questions, "Is this what they call dopamine?" He then thanks Solium for a great time, expressing a desire to get the chance to work together again. He wants to witness more such entertaining spectacles, noting it's been a while since he saw something so enjoyable. Sahyun concludes that these events will simply make my company life a little more enjoyable, solidifying his chillingly detached nature. The unsettling atmosphere shifts with a hazy, reddish fade, as Baek Sahyun calmly turns and walks away. A stark, decisive enough, then appears, revealing his internal monologue. Baek Sahyun, now composed, admits to himself, "If I keep this up, I'll end up looking like a complete psychopath." This self-awareness of his disturbing actions is unsettling, implying his sadism is a calculated choice rather than an uncontrollable impulse. Kim Solium is left to wonder what Sahyun's true intentions are after this abrupt shift in his roommate's behavior. The scene shifts to a reflection on identifying unreasonable individuals, drawing from years of client dealings. An example illustrates this, showing a manager giving frustratingly vague instructions like, "Make it flashy but simple, modern but classic, needs more edge," before complaining about the revisions. This confusing behavior is then attributed to people like Eun-hage, who are identified as the God complex type. This type is chillingly described as someone who rewrites memories to fit their own narrative and has neither shame nor conscience, a profound revelation about their dangerous mindset. Kim Solium's reflections continue, detailing the God complex type as those who bully the weak, yet are cunning when it benefits them. He realizes these individuals invent their own versions of reality, making aggressive bluffing the best strategy against them. Solium admits his earlier desire to work with Baek Sahyun was a deliberate lie and a bluff. He understands he must continue to lie convincingly to his dangerous roommate, even fearing getting stabbed in my sleep, as a subtle creaking sound fills the air. This internal resolve highlights the constant peril Solium faces. Kim Solium discovers the full extent of Daydream Incorporated's housing benefits. His free company housing boasts spotless, brand-new furniture, a private bathroom, and even weekly deep cleaning services for a small fee. On his desk, he finds welcome gifts, premium snacks, and various office supplies, including a new diary. He realizes this lavish treatment is likely the company's strategy to reduce turnover, holding on to employees already deemed capable of the work. This attention to comfort underscores Daydream Incorporated's complex incentives, setting the stage for his continued adaptation to this new life. Kim Solium, examining his new diary, questions why it's dated last year. Inside, a stark message is scrawled in red across the pages: escape. This unsettling discovery, along with blank lines for personal details, adds to his unease. Meanwhile, Baek Sahyun, composed and smiling, addresses as senior. He politely states, "I appreciate words of wisdom that become flesh and blood, but..." His calm demeanor hints at his calculated approach to his new role within Daydream Incorporated, leaving us to wonder what he's truly thinking. Kim Solium expresses a grim internal thought, stating, "I'm already beyond saving," as he grapples with his bewildering new reality. Settling down, perhaps with a sense of resignation, he's drawn to the mysterious diary he received as a welcome gift, which is conspicuously marked with a quiet, internal, "well then now." Solium reaches for the unsettling book. This action signals his reluctant acceptance of his situation and a deeper dive into the diary's cryptic contents, setting the stage for what he might uncover next. Kim Solium finally delves into the mysterious diary he received. With a soft tearing sound, its pages flutter open, revealing more of its secrets. A sudden realization hits him, marked by an exclamation, as he continues to examine its contents. He then discovers a package of smiley face stickers, pondering, "This is..." As he pulls them out, this unexpected, seemingly innocent find adds a new, intriguing layer to the diary's cryptic message, leaving Solium to wonder about its true significance. As Kim Solium delves into the mysterious diary, the pages turn to reveal a simple, yet unsettling, yellow smiley face sticker. But this isn't just any sticker. A chilling message appears, stating its usage requirement: full-time employee of Daydream Incorporated or higher. Solium observes, pondering, this cheap-looking sticker. He clearly recognizes that this seemingly innocuous item holds a deeper significance within Daydream Incorporated's intricate system. What power could this ordinary sticker possess for a full-time employee? Examining the seemingly innocent smiley face stickers, Kim Solium uncovers their dark history. They were completely scrapped because it was too powerful. Internal Daydream Incorporated records show division, with some questioning if slapping a smile sticker on a well-known employee and dragging them back was truly entertaining. Solium now realizes he might hold the only one left in existence. These potent items, strictly for full-time employees, were once central to the company's controversial methods, transforming his understanding of this peculiar welcome gift. Kim Solium, still contemplating the smiley face stickers, realizes they were scrapped for being too powerful. He holds one, noting, "I must have unlocked it when I joined as a full-time employee." Meanwhile, someone else muses that the item seems useful for survival. This discovery raises a critical question. What is the true power of these seemingly simple stickers, and how do they fit into Daydream Incorporated's dangerous world? Later that night, Kim Solium prepares for bed, his mind still reeling from the day's events. He reflects that work starts next week, and way too much happened in a single day. As he drifts off to sleep, the screen glitches, showing distorted images of Daydream Incorporated and a distressed Solium groaning, "Ugh," and NNGH, signaling the lingering psychological toll of his ordeal. Kim Solium is deeply disturbed, groaning as distorted images flash around him. The day's events weigh heavily on him, leaving him exhausted. As he tries to rest, the screen glitches, showing his distressed face and a repeated "ugh" and NGH. He's clearly struggling to process everything. The stark text, "Even if you fall into a ghost story, you have to go to work," serves as a constant, grim reminder. Back at the Daydream Incorporated building, Kim Solium seems lost in thought, his antlered mask still on. A new hire, looking concerned, asks if he's okay. Solium doesn't respond directly, his gaze distant. This new hire, clearly worried, looks at him with wide, questioning eyes. It seems Solium is still processing the intense experiences and his new reality. Kim Solium looks utterly exhausted, admitting he spent the whole weekend trapped in nightmares. His colleague, Aiko, expresses concern, but Solium insists he's fine. As they head to their floor, Solium learns the field exploration team occupies floors 10 through 15. He's getting off on the 13th floor, a number that immediately strikes him as a bad omen, despite his attempts to brush off his unease. Kim Solium arrives at his assigned team's floor, the 13th, expressing his surprise at the assignment. He encounters a man with blue hair who seems to have been expecting him, saying, "You're here, you're here." Shortly after, a new character introduces himself, stating, "Hello, I've been assigned to Group D starting today." The man with blue hair welcomes him, saying, "I heard all about you. Welcome." Kim Solium arrives on the 13th floor, a floor he finds ominous. He's greeted by a man with blue hair who seems to have been expecting him, and a new character who introduces himself as being assigned to Group D. The blue-haired man then jokingly calls Group D the graveyard of new hires, but quickly retracts it, showing a more light-hearted, chibi-style demeanor. The company housing is quite something, complete with a weekly deep cleaning service for 100,000 won a month. But there's a twist. A cute, disgruntled character appears with a stern message. "No resignations allowed." Continued in the next episode. This is followed by a clear directive to support the creators by reading at en-thunscns.com. It seems our employees' stay at Daydream Incorporated is far from over. Kim Solium and his colleagues are officially welcomed to their new teams. Assistant Manager Eun Hage greets them, while Senior Staff Park Min-seong introduces himself to Team D. The open mention of surviving death survival from the Transit Authority is noted with surprise. This marks their true integration into Daydream Incorporated's operations, leaving them to wonder what this new phase entails. Assistant Manager Eun Hage warmly welcomes Kim Solium and the other new hires, while Senior Staff Park Min-seong introduces himself to Team D. The casual mention of surviving death survival from the Transit Authority is met with shock, highlighting the brutal reality of Daydream Incorporated. Despite the grim undertones, the new employees are officially integrated into their respective teams, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Kim Solium and his colleagues are settling into their new roles. One new hire, who got first place on the entrance exam, humbly brushes off praise, while others are curious about his success. Meanwhile, a colleague informs Kim Solium that the team leader is out, and he should just make himself comfortable. Suddenly, a radio turns on by itself, broadcasting a live traffic forecast and weather updates for Seoul, adding an unsettling, almost supernatural element to their new work environment. Despite the peaceful weather forecast, a jarring reality unfolds with a traffic dispute. Suddenly, an ominous voice interrupts, stating the weather forecast has nothing to do with reality. Then, a vintage radio crackles to life, broadcasting unsettling information. This jarring transition suggests the true nature of their work at Daydream Incorporated is far more sinister than they initially believed. The screen flashes a bold statement, "IS and urban legend." A disembodied voice asks, "You noticed?" Meanwhile, assistant manager Eun Hage is seen at a desk, while senior staff Park Min-seong, holding a tablet, smiles with a hint of unease. This suggests their conversation from the previous batch is leading to a realization about the true nature of their work, perhaps confirming their suspicions about Daydream Incorporated's hidden agenda. Kim Solium is presented with a strange, vintage radio that apparently tells fortunes through traffic conditions, a concept he dismisses as an urban legend. Assistant manager Eun Hage challenges his skepticism, then offers him a tablet, saying, "That's why we prepared this for new hires like you." As Solium takes the device, the screen flashes with glitching text and an ominous, "Just watch," hinting at the strange technology they're about to engage with. The screen flashes a stark warning. This video was produced for employee training purposes. Daydream Incorporated, a field exploration team new hire training video, then appears, introducing two chibi characters who welcome new hires. The screen transitions to a question: what kind of company is Daydream Incorporated? Setting the stage for a critical reveal about the company's true nature. Kim Solium is presented with a vintage radio, which assistant manager Eun Hage claims can predict fortunes. Solium dismisses this as an urban legend, but Hage offers him a tablet, warning him to just watch. The screen then flashes a training video for the field exploration team, posing the question, what kind of company is Daydream Incorporated? This starkly reveals the true, unsettling nature of their work. The training video reveals Daydream Incorporated's true nature. We see a syringe filled with dream dew, the main ingredient harvested from ghost stories. This is followed by a pill, then a bottle cap, with text proclaiming it's the medicine of immortality. It seems Daydream Incorporated isn't just a pharmaceutical company. They're harvesting something far more extraordinary and potentially dangerous from the very fabric of ghost stories. The training video reveals Daydream Incorporated harvests dream dew from ghost stories, creating potent potions for reality manipulation. These aren't just any potions. They're described as the medicine of immortality. The question then arises, who's buying these reality-bending substances? The answer is stark. Naturally, politicians and the upper class, surrounded by stacks of cash, are the primary consumers. The training manual emphasizes that Daydream Incorporated is a business through and through. It urges new hires to grab their dream dew collector and enter the darkness, stating the company's future rests on their shoulders. Meanwhile, a suited man acknowledges the impressive nature of their work, explaining that while they call them urban legends, response manuals exist to ease their burden. Assistant manager Eun Hage explains to Kim Solium that the company calls the dangerous phenomena darknesses, but suggests calling them darkness nerds to avoid sounding too obsessed. He then confirms Solium has skimmed the manual and asks if he's ready for an exploration. Meanwhile, senior staff Park Min-seong introduces himself to Team D, casually mentioning they survived death survival. This marks the official beginning of their work in the field exploration team. As Kim Solium grapples with his new reality, the chilling title, "Even if you fall into hell, you have to go to work," appears. Papers with glitching text, a reminder of the dangerous ghost stories they'll explore, are scattered around. A man in a suit looks on, his expression unreadable, as the harsh truth of their employment at Daydream Incorporated sinks in. Assistant manager Eun Hage informs Kim Solium that he'll be doing a light darkness exploration this afternoon. He then hands Solium a Dream Dew collector, a crucial item for their work. A computer screen details the collector as a gathering item from darkness exploration records. Hage explains that each collector has a serial number, and losing one causes significant problems. It's clear their training is now leading to practical application, with Solium receiving his first official tool. Kim Solium is being instructed to wear a mask before entering darkness, with assistant manager Eun Hage asking to see it. As Solium presents his mask, it appears to be transforming, with dark, almost demonic tendrils extending from it. A sharp, jock sound effect accompanies this unsettling transformation, hinting at the mask's true, powerful nature and Solium's imminent entry into the unknown. Back on the 13th floor, Kim Solium and his colleagues are examining their new masks. A distressed new hire questions, "What kind of shape is this?" "A deer," as her mask transforms into a mountain goat. Solium's own mask sprouts demonic antlers, confirming their personalized nature. The charismatic host then congratulates them on their confirmed employment, marking the end of their probationary period. Kim Solium, now fully integrated into Daydream Incorporated with his personalized mask, faces a stark choice presented on a glitching screen. Do this and get 20 million won versus just live normally. He ponders if it's an internet post, a tempting offer of immense wealth versus a normal life. Meanwhile, a shadowy, distorted image appears, hinting at the darkness of the choice ahead. The weight of this decision is palpable. Kim Solium, wearing his demonic antler mask, is shown a post asking if someone would play tag with a ghost inside a convenience store for 3 days in exchange for money. He questions why they're showing him this, especially since they said he'd be going on a darkness exploration. The post's premise seems to be a stark contrast to his current situation, leaving him confused. A cheerful man encourages someone to have fun, a stark contrast to Kim Solium's internal panic. He questions if he's really been sent alone into a ghost story on his first day to secure a contract. The screen then explodes with digital text and a glitching interface, revealing his identification code from Daydream Incorporated and his classification as darkness, specifically Shade F. This urban legend appearance confirms the dangerous nature of his new assignment. Kim Solium finds himself in a stark, glitching void, his Daydream Incorporated identification code flashing, CTRB F243. He's labeled a darkness derived from a choice. The scene then cuts to abstract, blurry imagery, suggesting a descent into something unknown. Finally, a spotlight pierces the darkness, illuminating what appears to be a new, unsettling phase of his journey. A blinding light erupts, accompanied by a sharp pack sound. We then see a man in a suit, his hand reaching towards a sign that reads, Isekai'd Daycare Center. Suddenly, the scene shifts to Kim Solium, his mask now sporting demonic antlers. He's inside the darkness, stating, "I'm inside the darkness now." This is the convenience store from that internet post. He's clearly in a dangerous, new environment, facing the consequences of his Daydream Incorporated employment. The scene transitions to a convenience store, the time reading 12:01. A sudden, sharp pack sound effect marks a blinding flash, and Kim Solium finds himself inside a darkness, stating, "I'm inside the darkness now." This is the convenience store from that internet post. A man in a suit is seen reaching for a sign for Isekai'd Daycare Center just before this shift. Solium is clearly in a dangerous situation, having been sent into a ghost story on his first day. Kim Solium, now sporting his demonic antler mask, finds himself in a dark convenience store. Realizing this is the setting from the internet post. He mutters, "At least it doesn't look like food, clothing, or shelter will be a problem." He then reflects, "Coward like me, there's only one answer." Meanwhile, a hand reaches for water, with the instruction to survive for 3 days. Suddenly, a chilling, distorted face with glowing eyes appears, hinting at the horror that awaits. Kim Solium finds himself in a chilling convenience store, the clock striking midnight. A distorted face with glowing eyes suddenly appears, accompanied by the text, "Why is there a face?" Then, a man in a suit is seen lying on the floor, followed by the word refrigerator. This sets a terrifying scene as Solium realizes the gravity of his situation, facing an immediate, unknown threat. The screen displays text, revealing that a ghost story from Darkness Exploration Records is appearing. It states that victims are usually chased by a murderer or a ghost. This ominous description sets the stage for Kim Solium's first mission, hinting at the terrifying nature of the ghost stories he'll be exploring. What horrors await him inside? Kim Solium, now fully immersed in the darkness of this ghost story, finds himself in a convenience store. His antlered mask offers little comfort as a distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the horror. Meanwhile, a man in a suit lies on the floor near a refrigerator, suggesting a grim fate. The training manual's warning about murderers and ghosts becomes a terrifying reality as Solium realizes he's truly alone and the clock is ticking. Kim Solium finds himself trapped in the convenience store, facing a chilling threat. A blood-red stain appears with the ominous message, "Got you." The screen then flashes, and if they're caught, before plunging into darkness. Suddenly, Solium's eyes snap open, filled with intense determination, as he realizes the true danger of this ghost story. Kim Solium finds himself in a dark convenience store, the clock frozen at 12 o'clock. A sudden gasp escapes him as he sees a distorted face, then a man in a suit collapses. With the chilling realization that the ghost story has begun, Solium's eyes snap open. A stark message declares, "IT starts over from the beginning," indicating this isn't a new event, but a reset. The convenience store clock is frozen at midnight, and Kim Solium finds himself facing a terrifying challenge. A distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming he's inside the convenience store from that internet post. He realizes he's alone, and the mission is to survive for 3 days. With a grim determination, Solium accepts this horrifying reality, knowing there's no guarantee of survival. Kim Solium is realizing the terrifying truth. Getting caught in this ghost story means he'll just end up right back at the beginning. The clock face with an infinity symbol confirms it's an endless loop of restarts. He knows a coward like him might go crazy before the 3 days are up, desperately thinking he needs to find another way to survive this. Kim Solium, still in his antlered mask, realizes staying hidden under the counter is his only immediate option. He's trapped in the convenience store, a ghost story reset, and no survival means more than just waiting out the 3 days. As a distorted, terrifying face with glowing eyes looms closer, Solium's determination to find a way out intensifies. The chilling visual confirms the immediate danger, pushing him to strategize his escape. Trapped in the convenience store, Kim Solium realizes the horror of the loop. A distorted, terrifying face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the immediate danger. He knows he can't just wait out the 3 days. As the clock resets to midnight, Solium's eyes snap open with grim determination, understanding that escape means breaking the cycle, not just surviving it. He's determined to find a way out. Trapped within the convenience store, Kim Solium realizes the terrifying loop of the ghost story. A distorted, monstrous face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the immediate danger. He knows simply waiting out the 3 days won't lead to survival. As the clock resets to midnight, Solium's eyes snap open with grim determination, understanding that escape means breaking the cycle itself. Kim Solium, now fully embracing his Daydream Incorporated identity, finds himself in a precarious situation. He realizes the convenience store setting is a cliché of ghost stories, muttering, "I knew it." He's acutely aware that any move he makes could expose him, as even looking at his phone is too risky due to the light. His demonic antler mask feels like a beacon, making him a target in this terrifying ghost story. Kim Solium finds himself in a glitchy, digital realm, his daydream incorporated ID code flashing as darkness derived from a choice. He's in a convenience store, the clock stuck at midnight. Realizing this is the setting from the internet post. A distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the horror, and Solium understands that escaping means breaking the endless loop, not just surviving it. Kim Solium finds himself in a convenience store, trapped in a time loop. He realizes that there was definitely an anomaly, and that time flowed differently than expected. A chilling case file appears, detailing a 12-hour pursuit in an abandoned house, with the investigation lasting over 16 hours. This grim reminder hints at the true nature of the ghost stories they're forced to endure. Kim Solium finds himself within the convenience store of the ghost story, the clock frozen at midnight. He realizes the danger of getting caught, as the loop will just reset. His demonic antler mask is a constant reminder of his situation. A chilling case file appears, detailing a prolonged pursuit, highlighting the true, grim nature of these ghost stories. With intense determination, Solium understands that escape means breaking the cycle, not just surviving it. The narration reflects on how legends are first made, following established rules. As popularity grows, patterns repeat, prompting people to create exceptions. This is visualized through a Jenga tower, with the final, precarious red block being pulled, threatening collapse. The implication is that Daydream Incorporated's established rules are about to be challenged, perhaps by Kim Solium himself, as he navigates this dangerous new world. We see a pulsing red block, a symbol of escalating danger. The scene then shifts to a chilling log entry. Field Investigation Team, J, survived 12 hours in an abandoned hospital, with a special note that the investigation concluded after 16 hours and 11 minutes. This grim report highlights the perilous nature of their missions, hinting at the unknown challenges Kim Solium is about to face. Kim Solium, still struggling with his new reality, mutters, "Remember. Come on, remember." He's clearly trying to recall something crucial about his situation. Meanwhile, a log entry details how employee Lee Jijin accidentally cut the notification for the predictor's shift ending. It was 3 hours and 12 minutes since entering the dark, and 12 hours and 12 minutes past 7:12 a.m., yet the sun hadn't risen. Kim Solium is still trying to recall critical information, as a log entry details an employee's mistake with a predictor's shift. The entry notes the sun hadn't risen despite the hours passed. Suddenly, a phone line is restored, and a doctor answers a shift change call, while a heartbeat monitor shows a sudden spike. The clock on the phone shows 16:11, hinting at a critical time. Kim Solium struggles with a thought. If a trigger didn't activate because it failed to go off, then pulling it early would have consequences. Suddenly, a frantic "calling all staff" message floods the screen, repeating endlessly. This urgent alert suggests something significant has happened, demanding immediate attention from everyone at Daydream Inc. Kim Solium feels an overwhelming presence, realizing, "It knows I'm here, and it's messing with me." He's determined to escape, vowing, "I need to get out there and run. Even if I get caught, I can't let myself get used to feeling completely helpless." He knows he must act, even if it means slipping out from his hiding spot. Kim Solium, still trapped in the convenience store, realizes the terrifying loop he's in. A distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the immediate danger. He knows simply waiting out the 3 days won't lead to survival. As the clock resets to midnight, Solium's eyes snap open with grim determination, understanding that escape means breaking the cycle itself. Kim Solium, still in the convenience store loop, groans in agony as the world glitches around him. He's desperately trying to remember something crucial, muttering, I have to find the trigger and activate it somehow. He realizes that simply surviving the 3 days isn't enough. He needs to break the loop itself. His determination solidifies as he resolves to pull the legends in time forward. Kim Solium is trapped in the convenience store, realizing the time loop he's in. He understands that forcing events 3 days ahead based on the clock could break the legend. He contemplates what happens at a convenience store 3 days later, considering a more straightforward approach than manipulating item arrivals. His focus narrows to the expiration date as a new, chilling strategy forms. Kim Solium's clever plan to break the convenience store loop hinges on expiration dates. He discovers items expiring soon, like a steak meal with a jackpot label, and realizes discarding them early could be key. Meanwhile, a man in a suit observes Solium's actions from a distance, a subtle smile hinting at his own understanding of this desperate game. The pursuit of survival continues, with Solium meticulously searching for the critical trigger to escape this repeating nightmare. Kim Solium, still in the convenience store loop, examines the POS system. He notes that most systems have a change date, time function, and decides to alter it to 3 days later. This is his plan to break the legend and escape the repeating nightmare. He's focused and determined, despite the chilling implications of his actions. Kim Solium's plan to break the convenience store loop is in motion. He's focused on the POS system, intending to change the date 3 days forward. A hand presses the repeat button, signaling a reset, but then the screen flashes with glitching text and a new instruction. Please work. This seems to be the system's response to his attempt, as the legend itself is now responding to his actions. Kim Solium's desperate attempt to alter the convenience store system to escape the loop is met with an unexpected response. The screen flashes "Change complete," indicating his modification was successful. However, a glitching digital interface then shows "Please work," and "IT starts over from the beginning," suggesting his plan may have only reset the loop, not broken it. A chilling, distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the danger is still very real. Back in the convenience store, Kim Solium's plan to alter the system is met with a chilling response. The screen flashes "Change complete," but then displays "Please work," and "IT starts over from the beginning." A distorted, terrifying face with glowing eyes confirms the danger is still very real. Suddenly, an expiration alert flashes, followed by the ominous message: there are products nearing their expiration date. It seems Solium's attempt to break the loop has triggered a new, immediate threat. Kim Solium's attempt to manipulate the convenience store system to break the time loop triggers an expiration alert. Suddenly, the store is filled with products nearing their expiration dates, a new and immediate threat. As this happens, a chilling, distorted face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the danger is far from over, and the legend itself seems to be adapting to his actions. Kim Solium, still in the convenience store loop, realizes the true horror of his situation. A distorted, terrifying face with glowing eyes appears, confirming the immediate danger. He knows simply waiting out the 3 days won't lead to survival. As the clock resets to midnight, Solium's eyes snap open with grim determination, understanding that escape means breaking the cycle itself. He's now focused on the expiration date, seeing it as the key to his escape. Kim Solium is presented with a glowing red item, possibly a device or a key, radiating intense energy. Suddenly, the scene plunges into darkness, revealing grotesque, shadowy figures contorting in a terrifying, abstract manner. These figures seem to be emerging from the darkness itself, their forms twisted and nightmarish. This visual shift signifies a descent into something truly horrific, hinting at the immediate danger Solium is now facing. Kim Solium's plan to escape the convenience store loop takes a desperate turn. The system, responding to his actions, prompts him to register expired items. A man in a suit approaches a terminal, about to register them. Then, a chillingly distorted hand emerges from the darkness, as if reaching for something vital. The implication is clear. The system's response is more sinister than Solium anticipated. Kim Solium's attempt to manipulate the convenience store system to escape the loop triggers an expiration alert. Suddenly, expired items are registered, and a distorted hand emerges from the darkness as the system prompts for registration. The screen then displays registration complete, followed by expired items have been registered, leaving Solium in a state of disbelief and dread. Kim Solium's desperate attempt to reset the convenience store's system backfires. The system acknowledges the registration of expired items, but then prompts, "Please work," and IT starts over from the beginning, confirming the loop continues. A distorted face appears, and an expiration alert signals a new immediate threat as products near their expiration date. Kim Solium, still wearing his demonic antler mask, is overwhelmed with relief as he declares, "I knew it. People really need to see the light of day to survive." Peace of mind restored. He then exclaims, "Anyway, I can finally get out of here." But his hope is immediately dashed with a shocked, "Wait, what?" As he looks at what appears to be a money exchange machine, his only thought being, money. Kim Solium is relieved to have escaped the convenience store, exclaiming, "Peace of mind restored." But his hope is short-lived. He's presented with a money exchange machine and a thought bubble saying, "Money." Meanwhile, a new hire won't be in for 3 days, leaving someone to handle paperwork. Another colleague complains about writing tedious reports, to which another agrees. "Haha, tell me about it." Kim Solium, still in his antlered mask, is relieved to have escaped the convenience store. But his relief is short-lived as he encounters a money exchange machine, questioning if this is his only reward. Meanwhile, a colleague is out for 3 days, leaving paperwork behind. The tedious task of writing reports is a shared complaint among others. Suddenly, a vintage radio crackles to life, broadcasting unsettling information, suggesting their work at Daydream Incorporated is far more sinister than it appears. Kim Solium confirms he's filled up the Dream Collector, a device crucial for their missions. The legend dictates a minimum clear time of 3 days for this task. However, a new time limit appears, 1 hour and 24, suggesting a drastically shortened window for success. This shift in time means Solium and his team have significantly less time to complete whatever objective lies ahead. About an hour before, we see a man with striking blue hair light a cigarette. He blows out a puff of smoke, his expression thoughtful as he looks off into the distance. The scene then transitions to a more abstract, dark, and textured visual, suggesting a shift in atmosphere or a glimpse into something unseen. This quiet moment of contemplation hints at the brooding nature of the world they inhabit. Kim Solium seems to be getting closer to understanding the mission. He's told the 3-day scenario is mild for a ghost story, and with food readily available, issues shouldn't arise. However, a chilling admission follows. Naturally, plenty of new hires have quit because of this initiation. This is compounded by the fact that HR executives are giving them hell. Despite the harrowing initiation, the company's philosophy is clear. If you can't handle even this, you should quit now. We see a stark reminder of the cost, with red splatters hinting at past failures. As Kim Solium and his colleagues are watched, the narration questions why they continue. The answer is simple. Because if you can't handle even this, you should quit now. This brutal test is just the beginning. The scene opens with a hauntingly beautiful, yet desolate image, a broken mask and a wilting flower against a dark, swirling backdrop. This visual sets a somber tone. Then, a photograph appears, showcasing 2 men in sharp suits. One, labeled Top Recruit Kim Solium, offers a confident smile and a thumbs up, while the other beams with excitement, exclaiming, "But this new guy." It seems to be a moment of triumph, a celebration of Solium's impressive recruitment. Kim Solium's composure is noted by his colleagues, who remark, "He was definitely not normal. Not even close." Meanwhile, someone with demonic antlers observes, "You could say he's strangely composed." Another colleague comments on how most recruits panic when they learn about the company's true nature, but Solium remains unfazed, earning him the assessment, "Well, he's got nerves of steel." We're always happy to have someone that fearless. We see a thoughtful moment with a blue-haired individual, reflecting that a coward wouldn't have survived the probation period in the first place. This is followed by a dramatic reveal of Kim Solium, masked and in motion, as someone exclaims, "There was one, a coward who made it through." Later, two chibi characters comment, "This rookie really isn't bad at all," but the kid didn't take a single note. A man in a suit observes Solium, noting, "It's his first job. He probably doesn't know any better." The conversation continues among the new hires regarding the importance of recording information. Kim Solium is advised, "I'll have to tell him that recording information is essential in this line of work." A chibi character chimes in, emphasizing the need to write things down for later review. Another character agrees, noting that not everyone knows everything beforehand. But then the scene shifts to a stark visual of a phone grip with an X mark and text declaring, "He actually did know it beforehand." This hints at a deeper game or deception. With the rookie out for 3 days, one of the new hires decides to handle the paperwork. Suddenly, his tablet starts vibrating violently, glowing intensely as he questions, "Why is it suddenly vibrating?" The scene then shifts to a comical chibi depiction of another employee rushing to hand over something, possibly a document or a task, as a frantic dash flashes across the screen. Back in the office, Kim Solium proudly declares, "I've cleared it." His colleagues are stunned, having expected a ghost story to take at least 3 days. They can't believe a rookie cleared it in just an hour. Kim Solium declares he's cleared the ghost story, shocking his colleagues who expected a 3-day ordeal. He reveals that the convenience store mission was actually a 3-day ghost story. As Solium explains his escape, a colleague questions how he got out so quickly, especially since 3 days hadn't passed. Solium simply replies with a quiet "ah," leaving them bewildered. Kim Solium explains his strategy, stating, "I skipped ahead." He figured since there was a time limit, he could trigger the 3rd day's event early by using the expiration dates of food. His colleagues are stunned, with one exclaiming, "He says it like he's picking lunch off a menu." This brilliant, albeit unconventional, approach allowed Solium to clear the ghost story in just an hour, leaving everyone astonished. Kim Solium is being hailed as a prodigy. Colleagues discuss his record-breaking promotion story, marveling at his composure and speed. They express concern about finding another recruit like him, especially after his quick completion of the ghost story. One even jokes about him passing them to become an assistant manager in no time. The blue-haired colleague, Eun-haege, tells Solium, "Don't forget about me when you make it big, rookie," as they reflect on his impressive, if unconventional, escape strategy. Kim Solium, still sporting his demonic antler mask, is being praised for clearing the convenience store ghost story in just an hour. His colleagues are astonished, especially after Eun-haege, the blue-haired man, requests a warning next time. Solium admits he thought he was dead, but his quick thinking with the expiration dates allowed him to break the loop. This incredible feat has everyone questioning how he managed it so fast. Eun-haege asks Kim Solium how much he got paid for clearing the ghost story. Solium reveals he earned 10 million won, and Haege casually tells him he can keep it all. They're clearly discussing the reward for Solium's incredible speed in completing the mission, and Hage's laid-back attitude suggests it's a standard procedure. Kim Solium is stunned to learn his reward was actually 20 million won, not 10. Eun-haege, ever the schemer, then announces it's time for that, with a knowing smile. The scene abruptly shifts to a new task, farming points for the employee welfare mall. A message pops up, "Hello, employee Kim Solium," indicating his next assignment is ready. This new objective seems to be a stark contrast to his previous harrowing experiences. Kim Solium is filling out a PDF for his new role, looking exhausted. Nearby, a cute, chibi creature sits on a desk, observing. Solium then looks at his computer, seemingly deep in thought, while a product image of a robotic vacuum cleaner appears. The narration is now focused on the mundane details of his new job, a stark contrast to the ghost stories he's been through. Kim Solium is filling out paperwork, looking exhausted, with a chibi creature observing him. The Daydream Corporation Welfare Mall shows a robot vacuum and a Wish ticket available, but Solium finds the options better than I expected. He wonders about the Wish ticket's cost, then sees a bottle that's gained over $9.99 plus likes. Kim Solium is taken aback by the cost of an item on the Daydream Incorporated Welfare Mall, exclaiming $50K with a dismissive, "No chance, LOL." He's then presented with a new, unsettling thought. What if I enter a higher rank? The idea of a higher rank, perhaps tied to his newfound abilities or the Wish tickets, weighs heavily on him. The screen flashes with what looks like complex equations and a stark, "Wait, hold on." This hints at a significant revelation or a new challenge looming. Now we're seeing a breakdown of points associated with ranks, with B rank giving a surprising 10,000 points. Kim Solium is clearly contemplating this, realizing that assuming 3 people go in, that's still a lot of points. The visual of branching arrows suggests that different paths or choices might lead to different point accumulations, all pointing towards a significant reward. As Kim Solium ponders the possibility of achieving a higher rank, the screen flashes with complex equations and a stark "Wait, hold on." The scene then breaks down points associated with ranks, revealing a surprising 10,000 points for B rank. Branching arrows suggest different paths lead to varying point accumulations, all hinting at significant rewards. This mathematical breakdown suggests a new system is being introduced, directly impacting Solium's progression within Daydreaming. Kim Solium is presented with a grim statistic. The civilian survival rate in A-B rank is 2%. A comical chibi depiction shows a character with a chainsaw looming over another, hinting at the danger of these experiential ghost stories. This stark contrast between the deadly reality and the playful art style underscores the terrifying nature of their work. The narration asks, "If I go, I in," posing the ultimate question of Solium's willingness to face these horrors. Kim Solium is shown intensely focused on a computer screen, surrounded by complex mathematical equations. He's then seen with a man in a suit, who asks, "Yeah." Solium then questions, "But what's all this stuff on the desk?" The man in the suit casually replies, this?" revealing a seemingly ordinary desk with pens and a phone, hinting at a deeper purpose for the surrounding complex data. Kim Solium is in the office, discovering that even the desks belong to someone. He's told the team leader is out, so as long as he doesn't break the monitor, he's fine. Someone notes that trying to understand Daydream Incorporated with common sense is a mistake, as they harvest potions from ghost stories. A man in a suit offers Solium a cigarette, saying, "That's fine." Solium is clearly trying to survive in this bizarre new world. Kim Solium, still in his antlered mask, is presented with a sticky note containing team leader Lee Jae-yoon's information. He notes that he's going to need a few shortcuts. Meanwhile, a man in a suit observes Solium, holding a device, and finds what he's looking for. This discovery sets the stage for Solium's next move. Kim Solium tries to log into the welfare mall with his ID, but the system immediately flags a password mismatch. He muses that he expected some resistance, as the registration required an uppercase letter. Realizing he needs to capitalize the first letter from the sticky note, he prepares to try again. Kim Solium continues his struggle to access the welfare mall, realizing he needs an uppercase letter for his password. After correcting it, he successfully logs in with a triumphant, albeit silent, celebration. He's then presented with a bizarre choice: a pixelated alien head against a starry backdrop, or a more normal option. This surreal choice hints at the fantastical and possibly dangerous paths available to him within daydreaming. Kim Solium discovers a peculiar online store called the Alien Shop, which targets Daydream employees with potentially dangerous but surprisingly useful merchandise. The access method is simple, randomly clicking around the welfare mall. As Solium explores, he finds a bottle with over 999 plus likes, and the idea of a higher rank looms, promising significant rewards. Kim Solium is intensely focused, his eyes narrowed with determination as a glitchy interface appears. A stark instruction flashes, then press the back button 5 times in a row. This cryptic command hints at a new, hidden pathway within the system. Suddenly, abstract, glowing Korean text and celestial imagery fill the screen, suggesting a connection to something cosmic or otherworldly, perhaps a new dimension of their work. Kim Solium's successful completion of a shade F rank darkness is acknowledged. The company manual states that 50% of incidental profits are awarded to the employee, but then a new bubble clarifies: the company steals the other 50. The narration then reveals the profits from a rookie's very first assigned darkness are completely taken. "Oh, how exciting," is sarcastically declared. The narration highlights a charming, slightly bizarre creature, described as a gift resembling its owner. Kim Solium, looking perplexed, questions if the creature is supposed to be a frog, with a simple "yeah." This exchange, while seemingly lighthearted, hints at the unusual nature of gifts and relationships within Daydream Incorporated, possibly foreshadowing more peculiar encounters.